1412 Wrestling Episode 33, Quick Stop Carnage, opening segment, Akeem returns. The episode kicks off on the roof of the Quick Stop convenience store, with the New Jersey skyline in the background. The iconic view is marred by the intense scene unfolding among the gathered members of the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade. Bars stands at the forefront, a microphone in hand, with the rest of the brigade, including Cliff O'Malley, Donkey Lips, Doug Funny, Jackie Chan, Baby Rexa, Lola Bunny, Earl Sinclair, Sugar Shane Helms, and their newest member, Akeem the African Dream, standing behind him. Bars, we are here to rid Fort 12 Wrestling of the plague known as boiled eggs. And now, we have a new ally. Akeem, the African Dream, steps forward, his colorful attire contrasting with the grim determination in his eyes. Together, we will crush those eggs and anyone who stands with them. I've traveled far and wide, from the deepest jungles to the highest peaks, and now I've returned to join the fight against the boiled egg menace. With the strength of the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade behind me, we will make sure no egg survives our wrath. The crowd gathered below the Quick Stop erupts in mixed reactions, cheers for the return of Akeem, and boos for the brigade's relentless crusade. You see, it's not just about us. It's about the principle. These boiled eggs are a symbol of everything wrong in 1412 wrestling. They are an affront to our sense of taste and decency. Donkey Lips. We're not just fighting for ourselves. We're fighting for everyone who's ever had to endure the tyranny of a boiled egg. Jackie Chan. With our skills combined, we are unstoppable. No boiled egg can withstand our fury. Suddenly, a peculiar sight rolls onto the roof. A sentient carton of boiled eggs, each egg sporting tiny arms, legs, and an angry expression. One of the eggs grabs a microphone, its voice dripping with disdain. Sentient boiled eggs. You think you can get rid of us? The Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade is a joke. You're all washed up. We've been watching you, and frankly, we're not impressed. Your tactics are old, your resolve is weak, and your new ally, Akeem? Please, he's nothing but a washed-up has-been. The brigade members bristle at the insult, their faces contorting with anger. Akeem steps forward, his eyes narrowing at the audacious eggs. You dare speak to me like that? You underestimate the power and unity of the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade. We will squash you and your kind, leaving nothing but scrambled remains. Sentient boiled eggs. Big words from someone who just rejoined the game. We'll see if you can back them up. We're not afraid of you or your brigade. We're not going anywhere, and we'll make sure to make your lives a living nightmare. Oh, you've done it now. You think you can roll in here and talk trash? We'll show you what happens when you mess with the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade. You might be eggs, but you've just cracked the wrong yolks. Get ready for an omelet of pain. Babe Rexa, we're not just a brigade, we're a movement, and this movement is coming for you. The tension on the roof reaches a boiling point as the brigade and the sentient eggs stare each other down, the crowd below chanting and cheering in anticipation. Bars. This isn't over. We'll see you in the ring, and we'll settle this once and for all. The Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade will reign supreme. Bring it on. We're ready for you anytime, anywhere. With those final words, the segment ends, leaving the audience on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this bizarre and heated rivalry. For 2012 Wrestling Episode 33, Quick Stop Carnage, Segment 1, Taylor Swift and Jeff Jarrett Concert. The scene shifts to the roof of the Quick Stop convenience store, now transformed into a makeshift concert stage. Taylor Swift stands at the microphone, her guitar slung over her shoulder, while Jeff Jarrett, with his signature guitar, stands beside her. The sun is setting, casting a warm glow over the neighborhood as the music begins. Taylor's voice carries through the air, captivating the crowd gathered below and around the store. This one's for all our fans out there. Let's rock this roof. The crowd cheers as Taylor and Jeff launch into their performance. The music echoes through the neighborhood, the energy palpable as fans sing along and cheer. Taylor's voice is powerful and emotive, and Jeff's guitar riffs add an edge to the performance, creating a unique blend of their styles. Suddenly, the music is interrupted by the unmistakable sound of John 420's voice. The camera pans to reveal John 420 emerging from behind the stage, holding a lit joint. His appearance immediately draws the attention of the crowd, who react with a mix of cheers and boos. John 420, hey Jeff, you want to feel the burn? Before Jeff Jarrett can react, John 420 strides over and with a mischievous grin puts out the lit joint on Jeff's face. Jarrett screams in pain, dropping his guitar as he clutches his face. The crowd gasps in shock, some laughing at the audacity of John's actions. You little punk. Taylor Swift, surprisingly, seems impressed by John's boldness. She smirks as she watches Jeff writhing in pain, a mischievous glint in her eye. Well, that was unexpected. But I guess that's rock and roll for you. John 420, sensing Taylor's approval, steps closer to her. Looks like you enjoyed that. Maybe you should hang with the golf cart more often. Taylor raises an eyebrow, her smirk growing wider. Maybe I will, John. Maybe I will. The segment ends with Jeff Jarrett still on the ground, nursing his burn, while John 420 and Taylor Swift share a moment of unexpected camaraderie. The crowd buzzes with excitement, eager to see what happens next in this unpredictable night of 1412 wrestling. Segment 2. The camera cuts to the interior of the Quick Stop convenience store, where a chaotic scene is unfolding. The Kmart employees, still fuming from last week's destruction of their store, are at the center of the commotion. They are loudly voicing their grievances, waving signs that read "Justice for Kmart" and "You destroyed our store." Around them, the Tanner family is trying to calm the situation, but their efforts are in vain as more and more groups join the fray. We understand your frustration, but we need to handle this peacefully. Think of the children. Before he can continue, the golf cart stable, led by John 420, Gary Busey, and the Iron Sheik, bursts into the scene, each with their own golf carts. John 420 revs his engine, looking ready for a fight. Peacefully? This is 1412 wrestling, not a daycare. Gary Busey, holding a bottle of Jägermeister, adds to the chaos by ramming his cart into a display of snacks, sending bags of chips flying. It's time to settle this the golf cart way. As if on cue, Jay and Silent Bob stroll in, smirking as they take in the chaos. Jay grabs a microphone. Yo, this place is crazier than a monkey on crack. Who's got some cheeseburgers? Silent Bob nods in agreement, that pointing to the Tanner family and mimicking a burger-eating motion. The Foot Clan, led by Shredder and featuring Leonardo, Chandler Bing, Bebop, Rocksteady, and Groundchuck, storms in next, adding to the confusion. Shredder, enough of this nonsense. The Foot Clan will restore order by eliminating all of you. Chandler Bing, ever the sarcastic one, chimes in. Chandler Bing, could this be any more chaotic? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, accompanied by Joey Tribbiani, aren't far behind. They burst onto the scene, ready for action. You Foot Clan freaks better back off. This is our turf now. How you doing? Ready to kick some shell? The Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, led by Bars and featuring Donkey Lips, Doug Funny, Cliff O'Malley, Jackie Chan, Baby Rexha, Lola Bunny, Earl Sinclair, and Sugar Shane Helms arrives next, adding their voices to the mix. Bars, boiled eggs are the real enemy here. We won't rest until they're eradicated. Cliff O'Malley, ever the eccentric, starts humping a nearby shelf. Hey, you guys ever get so angry you just gotta hump something? As if the scene couldn't get more chaotic, demons driving tanks led by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande roll into the convenience store. The tank's engines roar as they come to a stop, and Gaga steps out, her eyes glowing with dark magic. Enough of this mortal bickering. The demons and I are here to take over. Ariana Grande, casting spells left and right, adds to the mayhem. Ariana Grande, you all will bow to our power. Arguments and challenges fly across the room, with each group taking jabs at the others. The noise level rises until it's almost unbearable. At this moment, GM Rita Repulsa appears on a makeshift balcony above the chaos, holding a megaphone. Silence! I've had enough of this madness. If you all want to fight so badly, then let's do it right. It's official. Tonight, we'll have an exploding Philly cheesesteak barbed wire Bundy on a Pole Elimination Gauntlet Match for the Stable Championship. The announcement shocks everyone into temporary silence. Then, the realization of what this match entails sinks in, and the crowd erupts into a mixture of cheers, jeers, and battle cries. The segment ends with each group preparing for the upcoming match, timeline, the anticipation for the night's chaos at an all-time high. Segment 3. Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, and a random demon versus Corey Matthews, Sean Hunter, and Eric Matthews. As the camera returns to the ring, the atmosphere is electric. Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, and a random demon make their dramatic entrance, the demon breathing fire while Gaga and Grande perform a brief, eerie duet that sends chills down the audience's spine. They are accompanied by a horde of lesser demons, creating an intimidating presence. Lady Gaga, tonight we show the power of the supernatural. Corey, Sean, Eric, you're no match for us. Corey Matthews, Sean Hunter, and Eric Matthews, accompanied by the Mummy and Topanga, make their way to the ring. The crowd erupts in cheers, showing their support for the beloved trio. Corey and Sean exchange determined nods, while Eric takes a moment to glance nervously at the opposing team. We're not afraid of you, Gaga. Tonight we fight for everything we believe in. Yeah, and that includes kicking demon butt. The match begins with Sean Hunter and the random demon squaring off. Sean uses his agility to dodge the demon's fiery attacks, landing a series of quick punches and kicks. The demon retaliates with a powerful slam, but Sean tags in Eric Matthews, who charges in with unexpected bravery. Eric attempts a clothesline, but the demon ducks and counters with a spinebuster. Eric Matthews showing some real guts here tonight, but that demon is no pushover. Lady Gaga tags in and immediately uses her dark magic, sending a wave of energy towards Eric. He dodges it just in time and tags in Corey, who enters the ring with renewed determination. Corey manages to land a dropkick on Gaga, but she counters with a mystical spell that sends Corey reeling. Buddy, this is gnarly. Corey's got to watch out for Gaga's spells. Topanga, from ringside, shouts encouragement to Corey, who shakes off the effects of the spell and tags Sean back in. Sean and Corey double-team Gaga, executing a perfect double suplex. Gaga, dazed, tags in Ariana Grande, who immediately goes on the offensive with a series of high-flying maneuvers. Ariana Grande's agility matches Sean's, and they engage in a spectacular aerial exchange. However, Sean manages to catch Ariana midair and slams her to the mat. He tags in Eric, who nervously steps back into the ring. Eric and Ariana grapple, with Eric managing to lock in a surprisingly effective submission hold. Eric Matthews, this one's for you, Mr. Feeney. Ariana struggles but manages to break free, tagging in the demon once more. The demon charges at Eric, but Eric tags in Corey just in time. Corey ducks the demon's attack and lands a series of punches, showing his resilience. The demon, growing frustrated, attempts to use his fire breath, but Corey dodges and lands a super kick. The match reaches its climax as all 6 participants end up in the ring, brawling fiercely. The Mummy and Topanga provide support from ringside, distracting Gaga and Grande at crucial moments. In a stunning finale, Corey, Sean, and Eric manage to triple team the demon, delivering a coordinated series of moves that leave him incapacitated. Corey pins the demon and the referee counts to 3, declaring Corey Matthews, Sean Hunter, and Eric Matthews the winners. Result, Corey Matthews, Sean Hunter, and Eric Matthews win by pinfall. The crowd erupts in cheers as the victorious trio celebrates in the ring. Gaga and Grande retreat with their demon ally, vowing revenge. The segment ends with Corey, Sean, and Eric standing tall, basking in the adoration of the fans. Segment 4, the Random Kid versus Bart Gunn in a brawl for all match. The crowd on the roof of the Quick Stop convenience store buzzes with anticipation as the makeshift ring is set up for the next match. The Random Kid, managed by the legendary Bobby Heenan, steps into the ring, his youthful energy evident as he bounces around. Bart Gunn follows, a determined look on his face as he vows to get revenge for the defacing of John 420's stash. Kid, you're going to pay for what you did to John 420's stash. This is personal. The bell rings, and Bart Gunn immediately uses his superior boxing skills to dominate the early stages of the match. He lands powerful jabs and hooks, causing the Random Kid to stagger. Despite his size and experience advantage, Bart struggles to maintain his focus due to the kid's unpredictable movements and youthful resilience. Jim Ross, Bart Gunn is bringing the heat, but the random kid is tougher than he looks. He's like a little ball of chaos. You never know what he's going to do next. Just as Bart looks to end the match with a knockout punch, Bobby Heenan jumps onto the apron, causing a distraction. The random kid takes advantage, delivering a low blow to Bart, who doubles over in pain. Heenan's interference buys the kid precious time to regroup. The random kid, using his speed and unpredictability, begins to land flurries of punches. Despite Bart's best efforts to fend him off, the kid's relentless assault starts to take its toll. In a shocking turn of events, the kid lands a lucky punch square on Bart's jaw, sending him crashing to the mat. The referee begins the count, and to everyone's amazement, Bart Gunn is unable to get back to his feet. Result: the random kid wins by knockout. The crowd erupts in shock and surprise as the random kid celebrates his unexpected victory. Bobby Heenan is ecstatic, lifting the kid's arm in triumph. The kid grabs the microphone, attempting to cut a promo on John 420. The random kid: John 420, you better watch out, because... Before he can finish, the kid's attention is completely diverted when he spots someone in the front row playing a Game Boy. His eyes light up with excitement, and he drops the microphone, running over to the edge of the ring.
The random kid?
Hey, can I play that? Right now. The crowd chuckles at the kid's short attention span, and Bobby Heenan looks exasperated but amused. The segment ends with the random kid pleading with the fan to let him play the Game Boy, while Bart Gunn slowly recovers in the ring, shaking his head in disbelief at the outcome of the match. Segment 5, Hulk Hogan Retirement Interrupted. The camera pans to the roof of the Quick Stop convenience store, where Hulk Hogan stands in the center of the ring, a somber expression on his face. The crowd hushes in anticipation, sensing a significant announcement. Hulk Hogan: tonight, I'm announcing my retirement from wrestling, brother. It's been a wild ride, and I've given it all I've got for each and every one of you, the Hulkamaniacs. But now, it's time for me to hang up my boots and say goodbye to the ring. Thank you for all the support over the years. I love you all, brother. Just as Hogan begins to soak in the crowd's appreciative cheers, the mood abruptly changes. The Iron Sheik, a longtime rival of Hogan, storms onto the roof with a furious look in his eyes. The crowd gasps in shock as Sheik rushes towards Hogan. Oh no, it's the Iron Sheik. What's he doing here? This can't be good. Not during Hogan's retirement speech. Before Hogan can react, the Iron Sheik locks him in his infamous camel clutch, yanking back on Hogan's neck with ferocious intensity. The crowd erupts in boos and shouts as Hogan writhes in pain, unable to escape Sheik's iron grip. Iron Sheik: I make you humble, Hogan. With a malicious grin, the Iron Sheik reaches into his coat pocket, pulls out a beer bottle, and, to the horror of the audience, shoves it up Hogan's rectum. The scene descends into chaos as Hogan screams in agony, and the crowd is stunned into silence. Jim Ross: good God Almighty, the Iron Sheik has lost his mind. Someone get out here and stop this madness. Medics rush to the ring, desperately trying to pry Sheik off Hogan. Finally, they manage to separate them, and Hogan collapses to the mat, clutching his injured rear. The Iron Sheik stands over him, basking in the chaos he has caused, before finally being escorted away by security. Dude, that was insane. Hogan's retirement just turned into a nightmare. I've seen a lot of crazy things in 1412 wrestling, but this takes the cake. As the medics tend to Hulk Hogan, the camera captures the stunned faces of the audience, some in tears, others in shock. The segment ends with a close-up of Hogan being carefully lifted onto a stretcher, the once mighty Hulkster, now a broken man. Folks, we're going to need a moment to process what just happened. Stay with us. We'll be right back. The screen fades to black as the show cuts to a commercial break, leaving the audience reeling from the brutal interruption of what was supposed to be a heartfelt farewell. Segment 6, Sword Fighting Championship Match. Back from the commercial break, the crowd is buzzing with anticipation for the next match. The ring, now set up in the parking lot of the Quick Stop, is surrounded by a makeshift medieval arena, complete with wooden barricades and banners. Daphne. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a sword fighting championship match. The Kool Aid Man, the reigning champion, makes his entrance, smashing through a wall of styrofoam bricks with a loud, "Oh yeah!" The crowd cheers wildly as he steps into the ring, his glass pitcher body glistening under the arena lights. Jim Ross. The Kool Aid Man has been a dominant champion, but tonight he's facing some tough competition. Earthworm Jim is next, swinging into the arena on a rope made of his own worm body, landing gracefully in the ring. He pulls out his plasma blaster and points it at the Kool Aid Man, ready for battle. Yo, Earthworm Jim. Looks ready to take on the world tonight, buddy. Finally, Barry Horowitz enters, giving himself a congratulatory pat on the back as he struts down the aisle. The crowd gives a mixed reaction, unsure of what to expect from the perennial underdog. Elvira. Barry Horowitz is here to prove that he can hang with the best of them. Let's see if he can pull off an upset. The bell rings, and the match begins with all three competitors grabbing their swords and circling each other warily. The Kool Aid Man charges at Earthworm Jim, who deftly dodges and swings his sword, shattering a piece of the Kool Aid Man's glass. Kool Aid Man doesn't flinch, retaliating with a powerful swing that sends Earthworm Jim sprawling. Barry Horowitz, seizing the opportunity, rushes at Kool Aid Man, aiming for his pitcher body. Kool Aid Man blocks the attack, then lifts Barry into the air and slams him down with a thunderous crash. Barry rolls out of the ring, clutching his back in pain. Jim Ross. The Kool Aid Man is showing why he's the champion. He's nearly indestructible. Earthworm Jim regains his footing and charges at Kool Aid Man, but the champion counters with a spinning sword strike that sends Jim flying into the barricades. The crowd is on their feet, cheering for the incredible action. This match is intense. Earthworm Jim and Barry Horowitz are giving it their all, but the Kool Aid Man is just too powerful. Barry Horowitz re-enters the ring, determined not to be outdone. He attacks Kool Aid Man with a flurry of sword strikes, but Kool Aid Man absorbs the blows, his glass body barely cracking. With a mighty swing, Kool Aid Man knocks Barry's sword out of his hand and delivers a crushing blow to Barry's chest, sending him crashing to the mat. Earthworm Jim makes one last desperate attempt, leaping from the top rope with his sword raised high, but the Kool Aid Man catches him midair, slamming him down with a spine buster. Jim rolls out of the ring, completely dazed. Pauly Shore. The Kool Aid Man is unstoppable, dude. He's taking them all out. With Earthworm Jim and Barry Horowitz both incapacitated, the Kool Aid Man raises his sword high, basking in the adulation of the crowd. He then pins Barry Horowitz, and the referee counts to 3. Daphne, here is your winner, and still the sword-fighting champion, the Kool Aid Man. Jim Ross. What a match. The Kool Aid Man retains his title in dominant fashion. As the crowd cheers, the Kool Aid Man stands tall in the ring, his championship belt glistening around his glass pitcher. The scene fades to black as we cut to another commercial break, leaving the audience eagerly anticipating the next segment. Segment 7, Divas Championship Match. Back from the commercial break, the atmosphere in the Quick Stop parking lot is electric as fans eagerly await the next match. The makeshift ring is ready, and the crowd's excitement is palpable. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the 1412 Wrestling Divas Championship. Elvira makes her entrance first, the mistress of the dark, receiving a thunderous ovation from the crowd. She struts down the aisle, her dark gothic presence captivating everyone. Elvira climbs into the ring, her eyes locked on the entrance ramp, ready for her opponent. Jim Ross. Elvira is one of the most formidable competitors we've seen in 1412 wrestling. She's got her eyes on that championship tonight. The lights dim, and eerie music fills the air as Katharine Isabelle, the reigning Divas champion, makes her way to the ring. She exudes confidence, her championship belt gleaming around her waist. Katharine steps into the ring, raising the belt high, signaling her dominance. Elvira. Tonight, Katharine, that belt is coming home with me. We'll see about that, Elvira. The referee signals for the bell, and the match begins. Elvira and Katharine circle each other, each looking for an opening. They lock up in the center of the ring, and Katharine uses her technical prowess to gain the upper hand, applying a headlock. Elvira counters, sending Katharine into the ropes and hitting a shoulder tackle. Pauly Shore. Buddy, this match is going to be epic. Elvira's got some serious moves. The two women exchange a series of high-impact moves showcasing their athleticism and skill. Elvira gains the upper hand, hitting Katharine with a devastating DDT. She goes for the pin, but Katharine kicks out at 2. Elvira pulls Katharine to her feet and attempts a suplex, but Katharine reverses it into a snap suplex of her own. As the match continues, Pauly Shore, who is seated at the commentary table, starts getting animated, cheering for both competitors. Katharine goes for a high-flying move, but Elvira dodges, causing Katharine to crash into the turnbuckle. Elvira seizes the opportunity and climbs the ropes, preparing for her signature top rope maneuver. Jim Ross. Elvira's going for it. This could be the end for Katharine Isabelle. Just as Elvira is about to jump, Pauly Shore, excitedly cheering her on, accidentally bumps into the ropes, causing Elvira to lose her balance and fall to the mat. The crowd gasps as Elvira hits the canvas hard. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Elvira. Katharine, sensing an opportunity, quickly capitalizes. She lifts Elvira and hits her with the Katharine Cutter, her finishing move. Katharine goes for the pin and the referee counts to 3. Daphne. Here is your winner and still the Divas champion, Katharine Isabelle. Result: Katharine Isabelle wins by pinfall. What a match. Katharine Isabelle retains her Divas Championship, but you have to wonder what would have happened if it wasn't for Pauly Shore's accidental interference. Katharine stands tall in the ring, holding her championship belt high as Elvira looks on, frustrated but determined. The scene fades as the crowd cheers for both competitors, eagerly awaiting the next segment of 1412 Wrestling. Segment 8, Soda Popinski versus Diddy Kong. Back from the commercial break, the atmosphere at the quick stop is buzzing with anticipation. The ring is set, and the crowd is ready for the next high-octane match. Daphne, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a special challenge match. The music hits, and Diddy Kong makes his energetic entrance, cartwheeling and flipping his way to the ring. The crowd cheers for the beloved video game character as he high-fives fans and somersaults into the ring. Diddy Kong is known for his agility and speed. He's a fan favorite here in 1412 Wrestling. Pauly Shore. Yeah, buddy, this little guy's got some serious moves. The lights dim, and a menacing Russian anthem plays as Soda Popinski makes his way to the ring, a sneer on his face and a bottle of soda in his hand. He takes a swig and flexes his muscles, exuding confidence and power. Jim Ross. Soda Popinski is a powerhouse. His strength is unmatched, and he's looking to make a statement tonight. He's like a tank, dude. This is gonna be wild. The bell rings and the match begins. Diddy Kong uses his speed to his advantage, darting around Soda Popinski and landing quick jabs. Soda, however, remains unfazed, swatting Diddy away with a powerful backhand. Diddy bounces off the ropes, attempting a crossbody, but Soda catches him midair and slams him to the mat with a thunderous power slam. The crowd winces at the impact. Jim Ross. Good God Almighty. What a slam by Soda Popinski. Soda lifts Diddy and tosses him into the corner, delivering a series of brutal punches to Diddy's midsection. Diddy tries to fight back with a flurry of kicks, but Soda shrugs them off and hits a devastating clothesline. Diddy Kong's in trouble, man. Soda's not messing around. Soda taunts the crowd, taking another swig of soda before hoisting Diddy onto his shoulders. He parades around the ring, showcasing his strength before delivering a vicious powerbomb. Jim Ross. Soda Popinski is just dominating this match. Soda signals for the end, dragging Diddy to his feet. He winds up and delivers a crushing knockout punch, sending Diddy sprawling to the mat, unconscious. Whoa. Whoa. That punch just leveled Diddy Kong. Soda goes for the cover, and the referee counts to 3, signaling the end of the match. Daphne. Here is your winner by knockout, Soda Popinski. Result: Soda Popinski wins by knockout. Soda Popinski stands tall in the ring, flexing his muscles and celebrating his victory as the crowd boos. Diddy Kong is tended to by medics, still dazed from the knockout blow. Jim Ross. Soda Popinski with an impressive victory here tonight. Diddy Kong gave it his all, but Soda's power was just too much. Pauly Shore. Yeah, buddy. Soda Popinski is a force to be reckoned with. As Soda continues to celebrate, the camera pans to the crowd, capturing their mixed reactions before cutting to a backstage segment. The night of chaos and excitement at the Quick Stop continues in 1412 Wrestling. Segment 9, Gossamer versus John Locke. Back from commercial, the scene shifts back to the roof of the Quick Stop convenience store. The crowd buzzes with anticipation for the next match as the ring is set and ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Gossamer, the large red furry monster from the Looney Tunes universe, makes his way to the ring, his lumbering steps shaking the roof. The crowd gives a mixed reaction, unsure of what to expect from this unusual competitor. Jim Ross, Gossamer is a formidable presence, no doubt about that. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, man, he's like a giant furball of destruction. The lights dim, and the haunting music from Lost plays as John Locke makes his entrance, a stern expression on his face. He scans the crowd, his eyes filled with determination and focus as he steps into the ring. John Locke is known for his survival skills and tactical mind. He's not going to back down from any challenge. Pauly Shore. Locke's got that island survivor vibe, dude. This is gonna be intense. The bell rings and the match begins. Gossamer charges at Locke, but Locke sidesteps, using his agility to evade the monster's powerful swings. Locke lands quick strikes, targeting Gossamer's legs to bring the giant down to his level. Gossamer roars in frustration, swinging wildly, but Locke continues to outmaneuver him. Locke uses his surroundings to his advantage, ducking under Gossamer's arms and hitting him with precision strikes. He climbs the turnbuckle and jumps off, delivering a flying kick to Gossamer's chest, knocking him back. Jim Ross, John Locke is using his brains and agility to take down Gossamer. He's like a ninja, man. Gossamer can't keep up. Locke grabs a rope and uses it to trip Gossamer, causing the giant monster to fall to the mat with a heavy thud. Locke quickly applies a submission hold, twisting Gossamer's arm and leg, using his survival tactics to incapacitate his opponent. Gossamer struggles, but can't escape the hold. After a few moments of intense pressure, he taps out, and the referee calls for the bell. Daphne. Here is your winner by submission, John Locke. Result: John Locke wins by submission. Locke stands tall in the ring, the crowd cheering for his hard-fought victory. Gossamer rolls out of the ring, defeated but not broken. Jim Ross. What an impressive victory by John Locke. He used his survival skills to outsmart and outmaneuver Gossamer. Yeah, buddy. Locke's got the moves and the brains to back them up. As Locke celebrates his win, the lights suddenly go out. When they come back on, Ben Linus appears in the ring behind Locke, a sinister smile on his face. He attacks Locke from behind, delivering a series of brutal strikes and leaving him lying on the mat. Jim Ross. It's Ben Linus. What's he doing here? He's ambushing Locke. This is insane. Ben Linus stands over the fallen Locke, raising his arms in victory as the crowd boos. The camera cuts to the backstage area as the chaos of 1412 Wrestling continues. Segment 10, Owen Hart versus Forrest Gump versus Ross Geller. The scene shifts back to the ring on the roof of the Quick Stop convenience store, the crowd buzzing with excitement for the next match. Daphne. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a triple threat match scheduled for one fall. Before the match begins, we cut to pre-recorded promos from each participant, adding an extra layer of drama to the upcoming bout. First, Owen Hart appears on screen, standing in front of a 1412 Wrestling banner. Owen Hart. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Tonight, I'm going to prove that once again. Forrest Gump, Ross Geller, you both better be ready because I'm taking you both to school and making you tap out. The screen then shifts to Forrest Gump, standing in a field with his characteristic cap and a box of chocolates in his hand. Forrest Gump. My mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But tonight, I know one thing for sure. I'm going to give it my best and run circles around Owen and Ross. That's all I got to say about that. Finally, we see Ross Geller in a library surrounded by dinosaur fossils. I may be a paleontologist, but don't underestimate me in the ring. I've got the brains and the brawn to take down anyone who stands in my way. Owen Hart and Forrest Gump get ready to face the wrath of Ross. Back at the quick stop, the lights dim as the competitors make their entrances. Owen Hart is first, striding confidently to the ring with his signature shades and a cocky grin. Jim Ross. Owen Hart is one of the most technically gifted wrestlers in the business. He's going to be a tough challenge for anyone. Yeah, buddy, Owen's got the skills and the attitude to back it up. Forrest Gump follows, jogging to the ring with his cap on, waving to the fans as he goes. Forrest Gump is the wild card here. He's got the heart and the determination to overcome any odds. Gump's got that underdog spirit, man. Never count him out. Finally, Ross Geller makes his way to the ring, adjusting his glasses and looking determined. Ross Geller may be new to the wrestling world, but he's got the brains and the drive to succeed. Ross is ready to throw down, dude. This is going to be epic. The bell rings, and the match begins. Owen Hart immediately goes after Ross Geller, targeting his legs with swift kicks. Forrest Gump, using his speed, dodges Owen's attacks and lands a few punches of his own. The three men exchange blows, each trying to gain the upper hand. Owen Hart showcases his technical prowess, applying submission holds and suplexes, but Forrest Gump's unorthodox style keeps him on his toes. Ross Geller uses his intellect, trying to outsmart his opponents with quick maneuvers and strategic strikes. Owen Hart is dominating with his technical skills, but Forrest and Ross are putting up a great fight. It's like brains versus brawn versus pure heart, dude. At one point, Ross manages to catch Owen in a sleeper hold, but Forrest breaks it up with a running knee strike. The action intensifies as Owen takes control, delivering a series of sharp suplexes to both opponents. Forrest Gump surprises everyone with his resilience, dodging a flying clothesline from Owen and hitting Ross with a running tackle that sends him flying into the turnbuckle. Jim Ross. Forrest Gump is showing incredible heart. He's not backing down. Pauly Shore. He's got the moves, man. This is insane. In the final moments of the match, Owen Hart regains control, focusing his attacks on Ross Geller. He locks in the sharpshooter, applying pressure to Ross's legs. Ross struggles but eventually taps out, unable to withstand the pain. Daphne, here is your winner by submission, Owen Hart. Result, Owen Hart wins by submission with the sharpshooter on Ross Geller. Owen Hart stands tall in the ring, his arm raised in victory, as the crowd cheers. Forrest Gump, disappointed but not defeated, helps Ross Geller to his feet, showing sportsmanship despite the intense battle. What an incredible match. Owen Hart proves once again why he's one of the best, but Forrest Gump and Ross Geller showed a lot of heart and determination. Yeah, buddy, that was an epic showdown. Can't wait to see what's next. The camera cuts to the backstage area as the chaos of 1412 wrestling continues. Segment 11, Backstage Promo. Backstage in a dimly lit locker room adorned with Ninja Turtle memorabilia and Joey Tribbiani's favorite snacks, Joey stands flanked by Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello. The atmosphere is intense as they prepare to address their rivals. Joey, wearing a determined expression, steps forward to begin the promo. Joey Tribbiani starts. Chandler, Leonardo, Foot Clan, you guys think you can just mess with us and get away with it? Think again. We're not going to let you walk all over us. His voice is filled with conviction as he looks directly into the camera. Raphael, his sai clutched tightly in his hands, takes a step forward, his eyes burning with anger. Leonardo, you traitor. You turned your back on us, on your own brothers. The Foot Clan might think they're tough, but they've never faced the fury of the Ninja Turtles and Joey Tribbiani together. Michelangelo, trying to lighten the mood with his usual carefree attitude, but failing to hide his underlying seriousness, chimes in next. Dudes, we've been through thick and thin together. Pizza parties, saving the city, and now taking down the Foot Clan. Chandler used to be cool, but now you're just another villain we're gonna squash. Donatello, the brains of the group, adjusts his bow staff and adds his thoughts, his voice steady and filled with resolve. Leonardo, your betrayal won't be forgotten. We've been working on some new strategies, and trust me, the Foot Clan won't know what hit them. Chandler, you picked the wrong side. Joey steps back into the spotlight, his voice growing more passionate with every word. Chandler, you were my friend. We laughed, we cried, we ate pizza together. But now you've chosen the wrong path. We're coming for you and the Foot Clan. This isn't just about revenge. It's about showing you that friendship and brotherhood mean something. Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello each strike a fighting pose, ready for the battle that lies ahead. Raphael declares, Leonardo, get ready to face the wrath of your real family. Michelangelo adds, Foot Clan, prepare to be shell-shocked. Donatello finishes, we're not just going to win, we're going to teach you a lesson. Joey finishes the promo with a final, determined statement. Chandler, Leonardo, Foot Clan, you're about to face the toughest fight of your lives. And when the dust settles, you'll know that you messed with the wrong team. The camera zooms in on Joey's determined face before cutting to the next segment, leaving the audience eager for the impending showdown. Dog collar match, Peter Puppy versus Oscar the Grouch. Entrances. The crowd in the packed arena buzzes with anticipation as the lights dim. The entrance ramp glows with an eerie green light, and the unmistakable theme of Peter Puppy, I'm Just a Dog by Korn, begins to play. The crowd roars as Peter Puppy makes his way down the ramp, clad in his wrestling gear with a dog collar and chain in hand. He stops to high-five fans and howls at the crowd, pumping them up. Jim Ross. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Peter Puppy, one of the most unpredictable competitors in 1412 wrestling. You never know what this guy is going to do next. Yeah, buddy. Peter Puppy's here to lay the smackdown on Oscar. This is going to be gnarly. The music changes to a discordant, grungy tune as Oscar the Grouch's theme song, Trash Can by Green Day, blasts through the speakers. The arena fills with boos as Oscar, dressed in his signature trash can lid hat and holding a chain connected to his dog collar, emerges from behind the curtain. He scowls at the audience, yelling insults as he shuffles down the ramp. And here comes Oscar the Grouch, folks. He's definitely in his element tonight. This match is going to be pure chaos. Indeed, Elvira, a dog collar match between these two is sure to be a brutal and memorable encounter. Oscar climbs into the ring, and the referee attaches the dog collars to both competitors, linking them with a long, heavy chain. The tension is palpable as the bell rings, signaling the start of the match. Match. The match begins with Peter Puppy and Oscar the Grouch circling each other, the chain clinking ominously as they move. Oscar tugs hard on the chain, pulling Peter toward him and landing a stiff punch to the head. Peter stumbles, but quickly recovers, yanking the chain in return and sending Oscar crashing to the mat. Jim Ross. This is going to be a dogfight, no pun intended. Both men are using that chain to their advantage right out of the gate. Peter Puppy takes control, wrapping the chain around his arm and delivering a series of devastating blows to Oscar's midsection. Oscar retaliates by biting Peter's hand, causing him to yelp in pain and momentarily release the chain. Oscar takes the opportunity to whip the chain across Peter's back, leaving red welts in its wake. Pauly Shore. Whoa, that's gotta hurt! Peter Puppy's in trouble here! Oscar smirks as he continues to punish Peter, using the chain to choke him. The crowd boos loudly, rallying behind Peter. Peter, summoning his inner strength, manages to elbow Oscar in the ribs repeatedly, breaking free from the chokehold. With a burst of energy, Peter wraps the chain around Oscar's neck and drags him to the corner, slamming his head into the turnbuckle. Elvira. Peter Puppy is fighting back. This is turning into an all-out brawl. Peter climbs the turnbuckle, chain still in hand, and leaps off, delivering a thunderous clothesline that sends Oscar sprawling. The crowd erupts as Peter goes for the pin, but Oscar kicks out at 2. Undeterred, Peter grabs the chain and uses it to lock in a modified camel clutch, pulling back hard on Oscar's neck. What a display of resilience by Peter Puppy. He's pulling out all the stops to secure a victory here tonight. Oscar, gasping for air, struggles to escape the hold. He reaches for the ropes, but Peter pulls him back to the center of the ring. Desperate, Oscar rakes Peter's eyes, forcing him to release the hold. Oscar then uses the chain to trip Peter and quickly transitions into a chokehold, but Peter counters with a jawbreaker. Peter Puppy showing his ring awareness and fighting spirit. He's not backing down. The match reaches its climax as both competitors, exhausted and battered, stand toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. Peter Puppy, feeding off the crowd's energy, wraps the chain around his fist and delivers a knockout punch to Oscar's jaw. Oscar crumples to the mat, and Peter quickly covers him for the 3 count. Result: Peter Puppy wins by pinfall.
He did it!
Peter Puppy has defeated Oscar the Grouch in this brutal dog collar match. What a match, dudes. Peter Puppy showed he's got what it takes to come out on top. Peter Puppy stands victorious, his hand raised in triumph as the crowd cheers wildly. He barks in celebration, still holding the chain as a symbol of his hard-fought victory. Shasha Competitive Eating Championship. John 420, C versus LA Beast versus Doug Funny versus Cocaine Bear. The crowd buzzes with excitement as the competitors for the Competitive Eating Championship make their way to the ring. The table in the center of the ring is piled high with a mountain of various foods, from hot dogs to pies. John 420, the reigning champion, swaggers down the ramp with a confident grin, holding his Bi-Bitch hot sauce. LA Beast follows, pumping up the crowd with his signature energy. Doug Funny, looking slightly out of place but determined, makes his entrance, receiving cheers from nostalgic fans. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one wild ride. Our reigning champion, John 420, is up against some fierce competition tonight. Elvira. That's right, JR. We've got the legendary LA Beast, the ever-determined Doug Funny, and a surprise debut that's sure to shake things up. The arena's lights dim, and an eerie primal growl echoes through the speakers. The crowd gasps in shock and excitement as Cocaine Bear makes his entrance, lumbering down the ramp with an unnerving intensity. The massive bear's eyes are wild, and his movements are erratic as he approaches the table, ready for the competition. No way, dude. It's the Cocaine Bear. This is gonna be insane. This is unprecedented. I've never seen anything like it in all my years. The bell rings, and the competitors dive into the food. John 420 quickly grabs a pile of hot dogs, drenching them in his hot sauce before devouring them. LA Beast follows suit, using his years of competitive eating experience to consume at a rapid pace. Doug Funny, although struggling to keep up, manages to put away a respectable amount of food. Jim Ross, look at him go. John 420 is in the lead, but LA Beast is hot on his heels. Doug Funny is giving it his all, but here comes Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear, living up to his wild reputation, attacks the food with unparalleled ferocity. He demolishes entire trays of food in seconds, his sheer speed and hunger leaving the other contestants in the dust. The crowd is on their feet, unable to believe what they're seeing. Elvira, Cocaine Bear is a force of nature. He's devouring everything in sight. As the competition progresses, it becomes clear that no one can match the bear's pace. John 420, despite his best efforts and liberal use of his hot sauce, struggles to keep up. LA Beast, usually a powerhouse in these contests, looks on in disbelief as Cocaine Bear clears tray after tray of food. Dude, Cocaine Bear is unstoppable. He's gonna take the title. With just minutes left on the clock, Cocaine Bear devours the last of the food on the table, securing a decisive victory. The bell rings and the crowd erupts in a mix of shock and excitement. Result: Cocaine Bear wins the competitive eating championship. Jim Ross, unbelievable. Cocaine Bear has done it. He's the new competitive eating champion. Mr. Feeney, this is truly unprecedented. What an incredible debut. Post-match, Dane Cook, always eager for an interview, approaches the new champion with a microphone. However, before he can get a word out, Cocaine Bear, still in a frenzy, turns and mauls Cook, sending him crashing to the ground. Medics rush to Dane Cook's aid as the bear stands triumphantly, roaring with the championship belt held high. Elvira, oh my! Someone get security out here. Cocaine Bear is out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think anyone saw this coming. Cocaine Bear has not only won the title, but has left a trail of chaos in his wake. The segment ends with Cocaine Bear standing tall, the new competitive eating champion, as the crowd remains in stunned silence, eagerly anticipating what will come next in this unpredictable episode of 1412 Wrestling. 1412 Wrestling Episode 3, Quick Stop Carnage. Segment Mewtwo versus Majin Buu. C for the 1412 Championship. The arena, set on the roof of the Quick Stop convenience store, is abuzz with anticipation for the main event. The camera cuts to Majin Buu in the ring, holding the 1412 Championship belt. Buu smirks and begins his promo, showing no remorse for his actions last week. Majin Buu, Tyson was tasty, and now Mewtwo will be my dessert. The crowd boos as Buu laughs maniacally, the championship belt gleaming in the moonlight. Suddenly, the lights flicker, and Mewtwo teleports into the ring, standing across from Buu with an intense gaze. The psychic Pokemon exudes an aura of power, ready for the challenge. Jim Ross, folks, this is going to be an incredible match. Mewtwo, one of the most powerful Pokemon, against Majin Buu, who's already shown he'll do anything to win. And let's not forget, Buu has already turned Tyson into chocolate. Who knows what he's capable of tonight? The bell rings, and the match begins. Mewtwo starts strong, using its psychic abilities to lift Buu and slam him into the mat. Buu, however, is unfazed and counters with a burst of pink energy, sending Mewtwo crashing into the turnbuckle. The two trade blows, each showcasing their unique abilities. Mewtwo's psychic attacks create shockwaves, while Buu's magical powers warp reality around them. Is a clash of titans. Mewtwo's psychic powers versus Buu's magic. Who will come out on top? The match reaches a fever pitch as Mewtwo levitates Buu, sending him hurtling across the ring. Buu retaliates with a devastating candy beam, aiming to turn Mewtwo into chocolate. Mewtwo narrowly dodges, and the beam hits an unlucky audience member, transforming them into a chocolate bar. Buu's turning the fans into snacks. Mr. Feeney, this is madness. Mewtwo needs to stay focused if he wants to avoid the same fate as Tyson. The crowd watches in awe as Mewtwo teleports around the ring, trying to find an opening. Buu's wild and unpredictable attacks keep Mewtwo on the defensive. Finally, Mewtwo sees an opportunity and uses its most powerful psychic attack, launching Buu into the air. But Buu absorbs the impact and bounces back, using his stretchy limbs to ensnare Mewtwo. Elvira, Buu's resilience is incredible. Mewtwo is in trouble. Buu pulls Mewtwo in for a crushing bear hug, squeezing with immense force. Mewtwo struggles, its psychic powers flaring as it tries to break free. Buu tightens his grip, and with a final burst of power, he slams Mewtwo into the mat. Buu then covers Mewtwo for the pin. Jim Ross. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Majin Buu retains the 1412 championship. Result. Majin Buu retains the 1412 championship by pinfall. Buu stands victorious, holding the 1412 championship high above his head. The crowd is a mix of boos and stunned silence as Buu laughs, his dominance on full display. Majin Buu has done it again. He's unstoppable. Who can possibly dethrone this monster? With each victory, Buu's reign of terror grows stronger. The 1412 roster better watch out. As Buu continues to celebrate, the show fades to a close, leaving the audience in suspense about what chaos and surprises await in the next episode of 1412 Wrestling. 412 Wrestling Episode 33, Quick Stop Carnage. Segment 8, Exploding Philly Cheesesteak Barbed Wire Bundy on a Pole Elimination Gauntlet Match for the Stable Championship. The roof of the Quick Stop convenience store is transformed into a battlefield with barbed wire strung across makeshift turnbuckles, piles of Philly cheesesteaks strewn about, and the ominous Bundy perched high on a pole in the center of the ring. The competitors gather, each team eyeing the prize with fierce determination. The Kmart employees, led by a furious manager, are ready to avenge the destruction of their store. The Tanner family stands united, prepared to defend their newfound title. The golf cart stable, as usual, is chaotic and unpredictable, while Jay and Silent Bob bring their irreverent humor to the fight. The Foot Clan, led by Shredder, exudes menace, and the TMNT with Joey are driven by their need for redemption. The Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade is out for vengeance, and Gaga and Ariana's demon army looms ominously in their tanks. Folks, this is going to be the most chaotic match in the history of 1412 wrestling. We've got explosions, barbed wire, Philly cheesesteaks, and a Bundy on a pole. Anything can happen. Elvira. And with so many teams, it's anyone's guess who will walk away with the stable championship tonight. The bell rings, and the match erupts into chaos. The Kmart employees immediately target the golf cart stable, seeking retribution for last week's destruction. Shelves and carts become weapons as the two groups clash. The Tanner family uses their familial bonds to stay together, but soon find themselves overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of the anti-boiled egg brigade. Pauly Shore. Buddy, it's like Black Friday gone wrong up here. Jay and Silent Bob sneak around the edges, trying to stay out of the main fray while looking for opportunities to strike. Meanwhile, the TMNT with Joey and the Foot Clan are locked in a brutal battle, with the Turtles focusing heavily on Leonardo, who betrayed them. Jim Ross. The Turtles are out for blood. Leonardo's got a lot to answer for. Leonardo, showing no remorse, fights off his former brothers with ruthless efficiency. Joey Tribbiani and Chandler Bing find themselves on the edge of the roof, exchanging blows dangerously close to the edge. Elvira. This is insane. They're fighting on the edge of the roof. One wrong move and they're done for. As the chaos intensifies, an explosion sends debris flying, and the Kmart employees are the first to be eliminated, knocked out by a combination of barbed wire and cheesesteak projectiles. Jim Ross. Good God Almighty, the Kmart employees are out. This match is pure carnage. The demons driving tanks, led by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, make their move, their tanks rolling over competitors and firing small explosions. Gaga, in a dark and dramatic outfit, casts a spell that resurrects Mike Tyson from the dead as a zombie. Tyson, with glowing eyes and a hunger for destruction, begins to wreak havoc, attacking everyone in sight. Be sure. Dude, Zombie Tyson is back! This is next level crazy! The Tanner family tries to hold their ground, but the combined assault of Tyson and the demons proves too much. DJ Tanner is caught in an explosion and falls to the side, while Uncle Jesse and Danny Tanner are thrown into the barbed wire. Elvira, the Tanner family is being decimated. They can't hold on. In the midst of the chaos, the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade focuses their efforts on Gaga and Grande, seeking revenge for the spellbinding earlier. Bars, still under the influence of the boiled egg spell, fights with wild intensity, managing to fend off some of the demons. Jim Ross. Bars is on a rampage. He's not letting anything stand in his way. The TMNT, despite their struggle with Leonardo, rally together. Michelangelo, with a pizza in hand, uses it to distract the demons, allowing Raphael to land a powerful blow on Shredder. Donatello and Joey work together to take down Bebop and Rocksteady, finally evening the odds. The Turtles are making a comeback. Bro, cowabunga. The golf cart stable, particularly Gary Busey and John 420, manage to regroup. Busey, driving a golf cart through the chaos, crashes into the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, sending members flying. Elvira. Busey's lost it. He's taking everyone down with that golf cart. In a climactic moment, Mike Tyson, now fully zombified, charges at Joey Tribbiani, Bunny. But Joey, with a final burst of energy, dodges and throws Tyson off the roof, sending him crashing into a tank below. Tyson's out. Joey just threw him off the roof. What a move. With the field narrowing, the TMNT managed to grab the Bundy on the pole. Using it as a weapon, they knock out Gary Busey and the remaining members of the golf cart stable. Joey Tribbiani delivers the final blow to John 420, securing the victory for his team. Result, the TMNT and Joey Tribbiani win the stable championship. What an unbelievable match. The TMNT and Joey Tribbiani have done it. They're the new stable champions. As the crowd erupts in cheers, the TMNT and Joey stand tall, holding the stable championship belts high. The show closes with the promise of more chaos and excitement to come, leaving the audience eager for the closing segment. As the show concludes, a new scene unfolds, showcasing a hidden room in the back of the Quick Stop. The air is thick with smoke from cigarettes and cigars, and the sound of raucous laughter fills the room. Around a large poker table, several characters who weren't part of tonight's chaos are seen partying heavily. Kel Mitchell is at the head of the table, dealing cards with a wide grin, a glass of hard liquor in hand. Man, this is the life. No fighting, just good company and some high-stakes poker. Dua Lipa, dressed in a glamorous outfit, takes a drag from her cigarette and raises her glass in a toast. Here's to avoiding the madness and living the high life. Rachel Green, looking elegant as ever, tosses her cards down with a laugh. You know, I'm glad we decided to sit this one out. I mean, did you see what happened up there? Pure chaos. Harley Kiner leans back in his chair, a cigar clenched between his teeth, and chuckles. Yeah, I wouldn't trade this for anything. Let them have their explosions and barbed wire. I've got a royal flush. Greg Biffle, still in his racing gear, takes a swig from his bottle of whiskey and looks around the table. I may not know much about wrestling, but I know how to win at poker. Deal me in for another round. The banter continues, with each character enjoying the respite from the insanity of the wrestling world. The camera pans over the scene, capturing the carefree atmosphere and the camaraderie among the unlikely group. All right, who's ready to lose some money? Let's get this game going. As the laughter and gambling continue, the screen fades to black, leaving the audience with a sense of intrigue about what's next for these characters and how they might re-enter the fray of 1412 wrestling. Closing segment, the quick stop as the camera zooms in on the aftermath of the exploding Philly cheesesteak barbed wire Bundy on a pole elimination gauntlet match. The roof of the quick stop is left in shambles. The TMNT and Joey Tribbiani are celebrating their victory as the new stable champions, but the festivities are abruptly interrupted by an ominous noise. The sound of shuffling feet and guttural groans fills the air. Zombie Mike Tyson, resurrected by Ariana Grande's dark magic earlier in the night, staggers onto the roof, his eyes filled with undead rage. Mr. Feeney. What is this madness? Someone stop him. Zombie Mike Tyson lunges at Mr. Feeney, delivering brutal blows. Feeney tries to defend himself, but Tyson's zombie strength is overwhelming. The roof descends into chaos as medics rush to Feeney's aid, only to be thrown aside by the relentless Tyson. The characters from the poker party, still holding their drinks and cards, spring into action. Hey, over here! Let's take this guy down! Dua Lipa throws her cigarette aside and charges at Tyson, but he swats her away with a powerful backhand. Harley Kiner tries to use his cigar as a weapon, jabbing it at Tyson, but it has no effect. Greg Biffle, despite his racing gear, tackles Tyson but is quickly overpowered. Somebody do something. This can't be happening. Rachel Green, trying to protect Feeney, swings a chair at Tyson, but it splinters on impact. The medics, helpless against the zombie onslaught, call for backup. Just as Tyson raises his fist for another devastating punch, Pauly Shore leaps in front of him. Paul, chill out, buddy. This isn't how we do things. But Tyson, in his undead fury, doesn't listen. He grabs Pauly by the throat, ready to crush him, when suddenly Tyrannosaurus roars onto the scene, creating a new wave of panic. The massive creature devours an entire ambulance and the medics attempting to tend to Feeney, swallowing them whole. Kel Mitchell. What in the world? This is a nightmare. The scene becomes even more chaotic as the Turtles and Joey Tribbiani try to fend off Tyrannosaurus while others attempt to save Feeney from Tyson. The camera captures the raw horror and desperation on everyone's faces. The chaos reaches a fever pitch as the screen fades to black, leaving the audience on the edge of their seats. Pauly Shore's voice hurriedly recaps the current champions as the chaos ensues. Pauly Shore, World Champion, Majin Buu. Tag Team Champions, Taylor Swift and Jeff Jarrett. Competitive Eating Champion, Cocaine Bear. Laser Gun Surfing Battle Champion, Marvin the Martian. Divas Champion, Katharine Isabelle. Sword Fighting Champion, Kool Aid Man. Stable Champions, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Joey Tribbiani. The scene cuts to a pre-recorded segment where President Freddy Krueger, VP Dana Scully, GM Rita Repulsa, and Commissioner Eric Matthews are gathered around a conference table. All right, team, let's talk merchandising opportunities. We need to capitalize on our most popular characters. I agree. We should look into action figures, t-shirts, and possibly a video game. Don't forget about posters and collectible cards. Fans love those. And let's not overlook themed snacks and drinks. Imagine Mike Tyson Punch-Out energy drinks or Turtle Power pizza rolls. The discussion continues, each executive throwing out ideas, oblivious to the chaos happening at the quick stop. The episode ends with their voices fading into the background, leaving viewers eager for what's to come next week.